Secret number 10. As grief leaves you gifts, you can pay them forward. You can take all of the energy that you've invested in your grieving and turn it into action. That action carries on the influence of the person that you've lost on into the current world. Doing this creates a natural legacy, a way of continuing the relationship and continuing the positive influences of your loved one and keeping that alive. It's like a handoff at a track meet. They've handed you the baton and you run with it. I was introduced to this type of thinking by a client I had. He was a young man home from college for the summer. In the spring, his mother had died. It had been the two of them for his whole life. As a single mom, she watched him like a hawk. She supervised his homework. She attended every one of his baseball games, and she taught him to be the aspiring student and the young man that he was becoming. When she developed breast cancer, she couldn't bear to tell him. She had sent him back to school with no knowledge that she was near death. When she died, he was left alone. He lived in their house for the summer, and he came in to talk about what was he to do now. How could she have not told him? And how was he going to deal with this guilt and this grief that he felt? As we talked it through, he became really clear that his mother had simply wanted to spare him the knowledge of what was coming. She couldn't bear it, so she didn't. He was left with a big question about how he was going to make this make sense in his life, how he was going to move through life knowing that this had happened. He found his answers on the baseball field. He had returned, even given his mother's death, he had returned that summer to be coached to a summertime baseball league for kids. And he told me in one session that that was the best part of his summer, was being able to be with those kids and be involved with them and the parents. And more than one parent had told him that he was so important to the boys that his example was very powerful for them. And as he talked about this in our session, you could see the light bulb going on. How he was going to deal with this was through carrying on his mother's legacy. She had been a teacher her entire career, in the same way she helped him concentrate on studies, grow into the young man that he'd become. She was attempting to do that with other kids at school. So he developed a mission that was carrying on his mother's mission, that he would continue for as far as he could see, to be the coach, to be the other influence along with the parents on these kids and try to guide them toward a positive future. He settled down after he had that recognition. He was no longer beset by the guilt as much as he was involved in that mission and that plan that made him feel so close to his mother, and also that he would be able to honor her legacy by doing that. I'm sure you've seen evidence of similar legacy ideas in your community. There are memorial basketball tournaments, there are memorial gardens, there are efforts to raise money to combat illnesses. every time you turn around, you see some sort of legacy project that somebody has decided is their mission as a remembrance to someone that they have cared about. Grief shines a bright light on your life and may point out the way either back to intentions that you've had for a long time or forward to new intentions, a new mission that comes out of your grief experience. Either way, the legacy is a strong one, and carrying out the legacy can be healing in a way that nothing else can. But it has to happen once you're ready. These things do not happen at the very beginning of grieving. They happen as experience and carrying on the actions of grieving have moved you through a lot of the difficult parts and has attuned you to the positive opportunities that grieving brings. A loss also puts your attention on the arc of your life. Whatever time of life it is that a loss has come, it provides an opportunity. Young people, like my client in his baseball coaching career, find new direction. People in midlife find that they may have some ideas about changing direction while they still have time to carry that out. Older people may find that they reflect back on their lives and discover what legacy is the most important one for them to carry out for the rest of their time. One last word. Whatever form your loss and your grief have taken in your life, they create an opportunity to carry through and enrich not only your life, but the lives of others. Grief can make you, more aware, more connected to the universe and to your own life, and move you to make sure that the imprint you leave from your life will be indelible and important to others. It's the best and last gift of grieving.